nature of science is discovering the hows and whys of the universe. But before we understand the nature of science, we must first understand what science is itself. Science is a branch of knowledge or study dealing with a body of facts or truths systematically arranged and showing the operation of general laws. Through this knowledge we can understand ideas like gravity, or the force of attraction by which terrestrial bodies tend to fall toward the center of the Earth. Understanding gravity is as simple as knowing that if I were to shoot an arrow, that it would fall back down to the Earth.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Isaac Newton developed 3 laws of motion using the nature of science. His first law states an object at rest will remain at rest unless acted on by an unbalanced force. An object in motion continues in motion with the same speed and in the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force.
Themselves. Time for a new test using an F-4 Phantom jet. The US government wanted to test what would happen if a plane crashed into the concrete walls of a nuclear power station. The jet sets off, bolted to a track to prevent takeoff. It's doing 500 miles an hour. The plane atomized with the impact. It just disappeared into dust. Only the tips of the wings escaped total destruction. But the wall, designed to move and absorb energy, did its job well. When dealing with nuclear material, no test can ever be too drastic.
The second law states acceleration is produced when the force acts on a mass. The greater the mass of the object being accelerated, the greater the amount of force needed to accelerate the object. The third law states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Learning science is important because without it we would never know the world around us today. Without science, we wouldn't know things like velocity or how to use circuits. It took a true knowledge of the nature of science to push our knowledge of the known world to its limits, and then some more. The true nature of science is to explain and address the natural phenomena, and only the natural phenomena. Supernatural or magical explanations cannot be definitively or reliably tested. They cannot be disproved, since any result of any test could be attributed to some supernatural or mysterious influence. Natural explanations are testable, open to being disproved, being shown not to follow consistent rules of nature. The fact that the most highly credible concepts in science have survived such critical testing attests to the practical reliability of scientific knowledge and the processes of science that created that knowledge.